Restoring Men in History, and I just finished Elon Musk's biography. And listen, we're going to get, though, to a great clip of him with tremendous courage fighting for you for free speech here in a minute. Here's the thing. He keeps having an impact, Elon Musk. Keeps standing up, fighting. We like that at Restoring Men in History because he's a man of courage. And you can see it all the way through the biography. We're not going to do the biography today because it's over 600 pages. I just want to get to these clips. And in these clips, you'll see Elon Musk. So the woke, the left, they don't particularly like him. Why? Because he's fighting for a lot more free speech, and they just want to close the narrative, have censorship shut you down. You don't need to hear a voice. You don't need to be a voice. You don't need to have a voice. And Elon Musk has stood for that, right? He stood for you having a voice. He believes that's important to have a public square where people can relate. Certain factions want this shut down so you can't. They want to control what you hear, what you say. They want to control those narratives, control the story. They know that is powerful. And when he does this calling out of people, when he calls out the woke mind virus, you know, Elon Musk likes to talk about the woke mind virus, it emboldens you and should embolden others to stand for the truth, to stand with courage against the woke mind virus. Very important. We want to go forward as a society. Now, what don't they like? They can't stand that he stands up to them. What do bullies don't like? They don't like it when you punch them in the nose. And Elon Musk punches them in the nose. Elon Musk doesn't like bullies. Okay? Now, in his biography, you could say, anyway. The left, certain factions of the left just want you to assimilate, adopt what they say, take on their language. They want to control the language, right? Musk doesn't go along with that. So they don't like him. They want people to just go along, assimilate. And in the groups here for years, we've a long time in Beverly Hills and other groups talked about woke Hollywood, leftist Hollywood, indoctrination center, Disney, right? Grand woke bad indoctrination center, Disney. We've talked about that often in the groups. So we're going to do some clips. And again, we're going to come back and go through the book because he's got so many fantastic stories. And this man has so much courage that we like his virtues for Restoring Man in History, RMH. We like it because he has so much courage and he takes risk. He is a risk taker. And it's not about the money for him. Let's watch this clip. First, let's play Bob Iger's clip. Let's do that one before we play Elon Musk responding kind of to Bob Iger, the Disney guy, who's had a terrible year in 2023, right? Lost a lot of money for his woke nonsense with Kathleen Kennedy ruining Star Wars and Indiana Jones and all that. So watch what he says here, Bob Iger.
I have a lot of respect for Elon and what he has accomplished. We know that Elon is larger than life in many respects, and that his name is very much connected to the companies he founded or owns. By him taking the position he took in a public manner, we felt that the association was not necessarily a positive one for us.
Did you hear that? Not a positive one for us? And look at his nonsensical answer. It's one of these kind of answers you expect from a corporate head, talking head, or a bureaucrat, right? I don't know. Well, you really like Elon Musk, but working with him is not a positive for us, or just nonsense? Is this guy something special? Not a positive one for you. Disney's not a positive for America right now. That's the funny thing about this. Working with Elon Musk is not a positive one for us. Advertising with Elon Musk is not a positive. Disney is not a positive force. Okay? We've talked about this for years. The woke mind virus lives at Disney. It's probably the worst of all the studios, and Hollywood is woke. Disney wants to indoctrinate children, confuse them, push feminism. Kathleen Kennedy said it. Push their ideology over storytelling, right? And it's not a positive force for children. They try to ram their Marxism, their feminism down our throats, and we got tired of it a long time ago, actually. And they will go ahead and throw away myth and legend and run characters we've loved to push their ideology, push their wokeism. They're an ideology company, right? Push it. If you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification button. If you like our mission, So anyway, a lot of people have a negative image of Disney now. A lot of people have broken away. They've lost subscribers in Disney Plus last time we checked. They were losing subscribers in 2023. Why? Because nobody wants, a lot of people don't want to see that. And they don't want to push it on their kids. And they don't want to have their kids badly indoctrinated with that nonsense. And you saw the clips, right? At one time, we were sending around these clips to the people in the groups, some of the people in the groups, of the Disney executives themselves and the people at Disney talking about what they were going to do to kids, what they were going to teach them, right? But Musk didn't go along with it, so they're not going to like him. He bought Twitter. He's going to change things. He's having an impact. So it's a clash of politics, virtues, and values, right? Musk, virtues and values, versus Disney's and Iger's virtues and values. And by the way, you can put a message in a movie, but don't destroy myth and legend and characters that people have come to love. And also, we would like to have, Warner Brothers' motto was educate, entertain, and enlighten. So you can put a message in. You've just also got to entertain. And as well as that, we would prefer good storytelling and promoting virtues and values that align with us, right? Somebody's going to do it. You're either going to get bad indoctrination or good values and virtues taught. But either side is going to teach something. Which side do you want teaching? But the first priority should be storytelling always, right? Because it's in an action film, if the hero does what he's supposed to do through action, you get the message. You get that the hero is selfless, that he's ready to sacrifice himself for his girl, that he's ready to sacrifice himself to save the world, right? That's what you get in a hero. That he's serving a larger purpose than himself, like Elon Musk, right? A hero in the movie is like Elon Musk, serving a larger purpose than himself. And we're going to get to the clip here now. Oh, should we go into Media Matters? And so after Iger, Media Matters, what do we think caused all this? Media Matters was putting pressure for advertisers to drop. So we can play this clip right here.
Tonight, X, the website formerly known as Twitter, has filed a lawsuit against the media watchdog group Media Matters. Reuters reports X filed that lawsuit today. The suit accuses Media Matters of defamation and is seeking unspecified monetary damages. On Thursday, Media Matters published a report that said ads from major brands had appeared next to white nationalist content on X. Several major brands have since pulled their ads from the platform. X is also seeking an injunction that would require Media Matters to remove its report.
And then we'll go into a few quotes from John Davidson from the Federalist. Wrote this: essentially, Media Matters set up some fake X accounts and then curated the feeds just to display controversial content, right? Once they curated their feed, explained X in a statement Musk posted early Saturday morning, they repeatedly refreshed their timelines to find a rare instance of ads serving next to the content they chose to follow. You get that? Quote, to achieve their desired outcome, these accounts had to generate 13 times the number of ads served compared to the normal X user. And there's a lawsuit filed on money. This is Elon Musk fighting again for you. So he's fighting in so many areas, Elon Musk, for a larger purpose than himself. As the lawsuit filed on money stated, the end result was a feed precision designed by Media Matters for a single purpose: to produce what? Side-by-side ad content placements that it could screenshot in an effort to alienate advertisers. The result that Media Matters got through manipulating X algorithm in this way was anything but organic. In case of paid posts for IBM, Comcast, Oracle, these posts appeared alongside fringe content for only one X user, Media Matters. Not a single authentic, quote, not a single authentic user of the X platform saw IBM's, Compacts, or Oracles, according to the lawsuit. So, and I like what he says here, and we'll say one more. The reason they were applied to X, however, has nothing to do with pro-Nazi content and everything to do with the fact that left-wing ideologues, like the people at Media Matters, don't control X. That's the big thing, right? You can't control Elon Musk. You can't control Donald Trump. The left goes crazy when they can't control you because so many just go along with him, right? Much of the Republican establishment and others. Hiding beneath the fig leaf of research, styling itself as a watchdog group, quote, Media Matters is in the business of what? Ladies and gentlemen, they are in the business of silencing its opponents by going after their advertisers. So they couldn't stop Elon Musk from buying Twitter. They tried to do that, not this company, but certain people tried to stop that first. They couldn't. So then the advertisers, that's their playbook. They do lawfare, they do it all. Multi-level approach to attack. So I like he calls out the above quote. Here's this clip. He's going to sue him. He says, Media Matters. He calls that out. You can see that. And now we get to the most fantastic clip of this whole night and evening. And this is just, when I saw this, I saw courage, and I cheer and applaud Elon Musk. This is just so good. This is a guy fighting for free speech, a guy fighting for you, not caring about money, not caring about himself. Watch this clip.
You hope, don't advertise.
You don't want them to advertise?
No.
What do you mean?
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go f yourself.
But
Go f yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is. Hey, Bob, if you're in the audience. That's how I feel. Don't advertise.
See what he says? I hope they don't. I hope they stop. Don't advertise. A man who can't be bought, right? How about that? Have you ever heard anyone in business stand up like that for free speech? To the woke. Not caring about profits, not caring about advertisers. Let's give him 3 cheers again. Hats off to Elon Musk, fighting for your free speech in that moment in time. And he didn't have to take that stand. Not to control the narrative, but to give you free speech. Not for more power or money, but to give you free speech. That's why Elon Musk was doing it, I believe. So that's a stand. I just love this here. I wanted to share it with you because it's so exciting. This is a guy with courage. We talk about courage all the time at Restoring Men in History. This guy takes risk. He has courage. It's all the way through the book. We're going to pull out some other stories in another video and talk about this man because I really admired him through the book of how willing he was to take risk for what? For humanity, to make the world a better place, to have an impact, to make a difference. That's what we want to do, right? Have an impact, make a difference. So he goes on to say, if someone's going to try to blackmail me with money, go F yourself, right? So, hey, he's strong, he makes his statement, and he stands. Think if 15% of Americans were standing right now against the woke virus, where would we be with this country? If 15% were standing this strongly for the Constitution. We're about restoring the Constitution, restore men, restore history. Think if 15% of the men were standing like Elon Musk for the Constitution. Can we do that? I mean, this is just fantastic. And this is one way the Marxists wage war, right? They take away your advertisers. They shut you down. They fight. And Elon Musk knows how to fight too. He says in the book, I was made for war, I think. So, and this came up in a group one time. We were talking about Disney and not going, and Dave Harrington and I were arguing. No, you know, we're not going to buy a lot from Disney anymore. This was years ago, and then another came up last year again. And there was one guy in the group said, no, I'm going to keep going because we can't have an impact. We can't make a difference. Look, what Bud Light shows you, what this shows you is Disney lost money last year. People got off Disney Plus. You can have an impact. You can make a difference. You have been. You need to keep it up. Now, since we're about restoring the Constitution, start having an impact also in talking about, explaining, and relating the Constitution to people. I'm just throwing this in. This is not about the Constitution, but we need to keep it on our minds always. Along with these boycotts and other things, we need to be for the Constitution, bringing it up often. If we can get 15% of the people to stand for the Constitution and talk about it to every person they meet. All right, off subject here. And watch the interview in this clip. He doesn't even know what to do with him, right? Elon Musk is bold. He takes the initiative. He has all these manly virtues, Elon Musk, that we love. I mean, I'm going to come back to him, but it's all these manly virtues that Elon Musk has. Bold, taking risks. He's willing to lose it all. He even says it in this interview, right? He says later, if it goes under, it goes under. And that is a man we admire taking risk. If we have to go under for taking a risk for you to have the ability for free speech and to hear things, we'll go under. That's Elon Musk, right? Paraphrasing. He's a thinker. He's about a larger, all the way through the book, by the way. He's for a larger purpose than himself through that whole biography. And I don't want to get into it. I just thought of a story. And Brian, we're going to go ahead and tell this one. Before we go on, I think we're just going to put this in. We're probably past the time. But anyway, to show you that he's about a larger impact than himself and he's for humanity, he's sitting there at his birthday party. I think it's 2013 birthday party up in Northern California, I believe. And he's with Larry Page and Reid Hoffman. Reid Hoffman's the big leftist. He's interfering in, well, he's up in New Hampshire or something, or spending crazy money right now for the election. But here's the point. He's up there arguing about what? With Larry Page, Google, AI. Elon Musk says, look, I'm worried that, I'm going to paraphrase here, AI is going to replace us and that humans will become extinct and replaced. Larry Page says, what's wrong with that, basically? And he calls Elon Musk, Larry Page, a speciesist. And Elon Musk says, what does he say? Yes, that's right. I'm a pro-human. And I think yeah, that's right. He says, yeah, that's right. I'm pro-human and I'm for humanity. See, he's for humanity, a larger purpose than himself in this meeting. Now, amazingly, this tells you a lot about some people too, right? That whole conversation. It tells you where their heads are at. It was a mind-blowing read, right? When I first saw it, and then when I read it again in the book, because I had already come across it in articles, but it still affected me in the book even. How some of the elites are like this with this mindset. Of course, we're pro-human, right? Pro-humanity. This is what we teach at RMH, Restoring Ministry. Have a larger purpose than yourself. Have courage. Take action. Take initiative. Take a stand. He did it. Can you do that? Here's a South Carolina treasurer talking. And this is another way you have an impact. So Elon Musk is having an impact now. South Carolina and their treasurers having an impact with Disney.
Joining me is the Treasurer of South Carolina, Curtis Loftus, who joins us right now. Sir, why did you pull state funds out of Disney?
Well, we've been watching Disney for a while, and it just seems like they've abandoned their fiduciary responsibilities to the investors. You know, you've watched the drop of their market cap, their stock's not performing as it should. The movies don't perform. You know, if I recall correctly, there were about 7 movies in 2019 that broke $1 billion. 2023, there are none.
So is this a political move or a straightforward economic move because you don't think the stock's going to do well?
Well, it was straightforward and economically was one of the reasons we did it. But the biggest reason, the straw that broke the camel's back, was when Bob Iger gangs up with Media Matters, along with Walmart and IBM and the whole gang of billionaires, and tries to destroy a legitimate business in America. You know, Twitter, now known as X. I don't use it, but I don't understand why billionaires think that they can dictate to the middle and middle class folks what they can and when they can, what they can say and what they can say.
And you can see he's talking to Barney and company about what happened between Musk and Disney. And we remember the Disney videos where they were bragging about what they were going to teach kids.
Our leadership over there has been so welcoming to my not at all secret gay agenda. Like I was just wherever I could, just basically adding queerness to if you see.
And the South Carolina treasurer says he's going into how they have $0 billion films there in states. They had 7 in 2019, I think he says. Woke policies making it a bad investment. Beyond that, it's a company that disagrees with a lot of Americans' values and virtues. And do you want that taught to your kids? It's one thing to lose money. It's another thing to damage your kids with their indoctrination, bad indoctrination. And here's Musk calling out Disney.
Say about it.
Unfortunately, Disney is deeply infected with the woke mind virus. In fact, if you ask an AI what is the most woke company on earth, it's Disney. I mean, I think they should be asking themselves, what would Walt Disney think of Disney today? I think he's turning in his grave. If the namesake of the company is not happy, that's probably a bad sign, you know? Because Walt Disney, what did he care about? He cared about bringing joy to people's lives, making wonderful things that children and families could enjoy. You have to say, how great was Walt Disney? It was amazing. Disney, at least for now, is deeply infected with the woke mind virus. I think that will change.
See, he's a fighter and he calls them out. And this is good for people to see Elon Musk calling them out. And it's true. We don't need kids infected with the Hollywood woke mind virus that Elon Musk calls it. And then Bob Iger made that clip and comment that, you know, we need to be worried about. Also, I'm paraphrasing. What did he say? I've got it here, I think. Creators lost sight of what their number one objective needed to be. Iger said at the Deal Book Summit in New York, we have to entertain first. It's not about messages. But then I don't know when this lady was hired, but they've got this lady they bring in, apparently a feminist who wants to make men feel uncomfortable. Here's the clip.
I like to make men uncomfortable. I enjoy making men uncomfortable. You know, it is important to be able to look into the eyes of a man and say, I am here and recognize that. And recognize that I am working to bring something that makes you uncomfortable, and it should make you uncomfortable because you need to change your attitude.
So, really, has anything changed? Making Elon's point about how Disney is going down and has gone down. So, to wrap it up, Elon Musk, throughout the whole book, and we're not really doing the book, but I'm just adding it because I just finished it the other night. He's about a larger purpose than himself. We want you men to be about a larger purpose than yourself. He's trying to make life better for humanity, it seems to me, from the book and what he says in his comments. He's on a mission, and it's more about the mission and a larger purpose than himself than money. It's not for him. We just want more, like some of the globalists. We just want more. He believes it to me. Wanting to colonize Mars so they have a place to go if something bad goes awry here. Larger purpose than himself with SpaceX. Larger purpose than himself with Twitter. Same with Tesla and AI. Concerned about protecting us from AI. So, here's the thing. Elon Musk had an impact. The South Carolina treasurer had an impact. Elon Musk is having an impact in many areas, but you can have an impact. You have had with Bud Light. You have had at Disney by taking away your Disney Plus subscription. Same thing with Netflix. If you took that away or whatever you've taken away or out of your life, you can be a hero too. Elon Musk is a hero here for standing up and showing you how to have courage. I mean, that is one of the best clips. The one we showed you about Elon Musk. That's why we're doing this. Plus, I just finished his biography. And through the biography, he is trying to have an impact and make the world a better place. And we talk about this all the time at RMH, Restoring Men in History. And you can too. By what you do every day, by where you spend your money, by who you talked about, by who you talk to, and who you talk about. If you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification button. Thank you and have a magnificent day.